What is up, my beautiful people of the internet? It's Nikki. And welcome back to my channel. This is like a simple little, I won't say it's a week in my life because technically it's like Wednesday. So as you can see by the title, I will be doing a product making video. I don't know if I'm doing limited edition items or if I'm just making product yet. I will decide that after class. I am in the works of making a shrug, which I have never made before. So I genuinely, sorry, that was my phone. I genuinely hope that it looks okay, but this is what it's looking like right now. So this is the main body. Right here is the main body. I started working on one sleeve, and it's just gonna go all the way down. I kind of wanted to do like a bell sleeve, but I don't know. For the first one, it'll be okay. But the only thing that I'm worried about with this, I'm using this cake yarn, and it's an ombre. So I fear that once I get to the bottom of this sleeve is going to be a whole different color. And I don't mind that. I don't really care. It's a shrug. People are going to like the shrug. I could just add more ombre effect to it. I knew that was going to happen when I first started using the yarn, but I really wanted to use that yarn to make a shrug, so I was like, here's my problem. I want to make a bunch of beanies. I really do. The only thing is, I get so bored with making beanies. Beanies are like just one big block up, half double crochet, and I get so bored with that. Regular beanies is like, and I want to put them in my shop, but I just got to be in a beanie making mood. And today I'm really into like making hats, and I want to do like longer projects, so we'll see how that goes. But okay, side note, also I got a new car. I told you I was gonna get a new car. I got a new car, so we're back in business, back on our own schedule, back on time, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for class, do my own thing, and whatever. And I will see y'all later. New angle unlocked! But anyways, on my old YouTube channel, I used to vlog from this angle all the time. That was when I had my old, what is that thing called? I can't think of it, but it's the short, it's like a short stick to hold up your camera. I can't think of it right now. It'll come to me later, but it's not a selfie stick. Anyways, I used to do this angle all the time. Yeah, I just got home. I didn't do any crocheting yesterday because I was editing all day. So now I'll be crocheting after I freshen up, after I take my shower. Let me tell you the story of this really quick, because you know I like to yap. I made this for the first time. I didn't quite eyeball it, but I didn't have a pattern for it, so it really was like anyone's game. Did this basically on first go. There's some things that I would like to change about it, like this part right here. I don't know if you can see it. Hold on. You see how there's like one, I don't know. I don't know. This was a trial and error, but I really like these pouches. After I made this, I didn't sew any of the ends in, so I just kind of like tucked it, and I was gonna take pictures for the Etsy shop. Somehow this didn't make it into it, but it's not quite finished. It's not finished. So, I don't know. It needs a little button right here and a little, you know, to keep it closed. I ended up washing this. And you know what? It doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. It doesn't look bad at all. It almost looks better. And I know people are out here washing their acrylic yarn. Turn on. So I came back from school, I think maybe 2 hours ago, and I kind of just like ate and got comfortable, got cozy, kind of handled some things. So now I'm gonna start crocheting again. I really want to finish this shrug today, but I don't know how long it's gonna take me to do the other sleeve, and I'm not even done with the first one. I also want to make more do-rags because every time I crochet a do-rag, it goes to someone. Someone takes it, which is how I know that, you know, it's gonna do great on the shop, because crochet do-rags are so hard to come by. I want to actually set up a custom order tab in certain areas of my shop, because I don't want to do just like any custom order where you tell me what you want me to make and I make it and give you a price. I don't want to do that. I want to do like custom order hats, so I have these granny stitch beanies, and you can choose like however many colors you want and stuff like that. As of right now, I just want to crochet. I think I want to finish the shrug right now. Yeah, okay, let's do it. I got to that point when crocheting, I actually finished one sleeve. It's pretty long. I fear it may be a little too long. We'll see. Yeah, I got to that point where it was like I was just sitting here and I was like, okay, I'm probably tired of crocheting sleeves, so let's change it up. So now I want to crochet actually a steering wheel cover for my new car. But I don't know. I kind of just, I'm gonna look through my Pinterest and like my lists of like product stuff and all the things that I already have made, and I'm gonna see what it is that I want to make, and then I'm gonna just insert the clip. Whatever, you gonna watch what happens. Hell. Good morning. I doubt you can see me. Good morning. Y'all have never really seen my room all like vibed out and stuff like that, but I have multiple different lights on right now to kind of accumulate to this vibe. Too lazy to grab my actual lighting, so I'm using my phone light. I made some great progress on my projects yesterday. I think I'll show you. I'll show you. So I started another do-rag. This is like all it really is. It's like, I keep frogging it. I have the shrug. The ombre started on this sleeve and didn't really do much on this sleeve. Like, you can see it a little bit, but not really. It's also pink lighting, so you can't see much of the color work right now, but I am almost done with this shrug. I may have made the arms a little long because I was measuring them to my arms, but people aren't usually mad about a bolero that goes over their wrist, right? I was hoping to get more done. I kind of don't know what to make besides like do-rags and granny stitch bucket hats. And it's not that I have a problem making those. Ultimately, I want to make a lot of those because I imagine that people are gonna want those the most. I could make some scrunchies. I enjoy making those. It's just the frills. There's so much frill going on. Well, okay. See y'all. I once again forgot that I had an assignment due before class. But luckily, I got up really early. So, I'm going to do that. I kind of want to get it done before my alarm is set to go off. It's 6:29. My alarm goes off at 7:30. It's not long paper. So, yeah, I'm going to write that out real quick. But I'm almost done with one of the panels for the do-rag. So, we'll do this assignment though. Okay, so change of plans. I actually got majority of that essay done. I just have like maybe 2 or 3 more, no, definitely like 1 or 2 more paragraphs left. I'm going to be going to Breckie with my partner and their family, so I will be back afterwards to crochet. Okay. Y'all, if you hear a fan sounding like it's about to explode, that's just my laptop. It's about to explode. Much better. You can't see it, but there's this really big bag that I'm not gonna pick up because everything's gonna drop off the top of it. It's literally surpassing the brim. But I'm just gonna pull from this bag, and don't pay attention to this one. I'm gonna pull from this bag and I'm going to just, yeah, let you know. At the very top is this unfinished scarf. It's another sparkly scarf, but it's not exactly the Starry Night one. I don't have the cover for the skein to know what exactly the color is, so I'm gonna have to make up my own and stick to that. But this was my first time using the screwdriver for the Centro, and it was going pretty good. But I forgot that this type of yarn is just hard to deal with because it has this, like, not ribbon, I don't know what it's called, but the way that they get it sparkly is by adding sparkly yarn, which is really just plastic. I don't know if you can if you can really see it, but like these are wound around the string, so sometimes they'll get caught even in your hook, even if you're just hand crocheting. And so all this to say, it's not really a good yarn to use on a Centro because it's gonna drop stitches, and that's what it did. So I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm just gonna take the end and put it back on here, and then rewind it to finish it up. Honestly, I might take it off the hooks because I might not even want to make a scarf out of it. Another unfinished project, basically finished. It's basically finished. Is this Scooby-Doo hexagon sweater? It's upside down. Scooby-Doo, it's inside out. Give me a second, I'm having a moment. Scooby-Doo hexagon sweater. As you can see, is Fred, Daphne, Velma. I was gonna do Scooby and Shaggy and a different sweater. This was gonna be like a series, and I just didn't. Honestly, it wasn't supposed to be a Scooby-Doo themed one. It was just 2 pieces, 2 separate pieces that I was like, I gotta put these together because I don't have the yarn to finish either of them. But this would have been a cute sweater. This would have been a cute sweater. I have this right here, which is maybe a durag. Maybe half a durag. I think what I did with this one was I did it upside down, so I started with this instead of this side, which is half double crochets. And I think I was gonna make a shrug. I was gonna make a yellow shrug regardless, but I think I was gonna make a shrug, but then I realized I was using scrap yarn, so I can't really make a shrug out of that because the sleeves are super long. But I had enough to make the other panel. I guess I could have made something different for the sleeves. We actually have this, which is not a product that I'm gonna end up selling. I might actually scrap this yarn. Did I double strand this? I think I double stranded this yarn. But I made this beanie my freshman year of my freshman year of college, and it has this like really hard top that I can't really explain to you. If you can see like the inner workings. I don't know if it'll focus, but I laced it around wrong up here, so it makes it hard. I don't know, but this is a really good yarn, so I want to scrap it and try again. These are some pretty colors. I might open up a section in my Etsy shop where it's like, if you want the scrapped products they'll be on like extra reduced price or something. First I have this market bag. I started this at school just to pass time between classes, and it's cute, but I want to use the yarn for something else, so I didn't finish it. But also, I don't really have the patience for market bags. I've only made one. They're kind of like blankets for me. I have this random granny square that I was going to use to make a really intricate blanket with like different size granny squares. I didn't finish it. And I also used a technique before I learned how to make a granny square with color work without having to snip my ends. So there's snipped ends in here. So honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Then we have our surplus granny squares, and honestly, I'm just gonna use these to make like those handbags, like this one. I'm not even gonna think about it too hard. Like, I made this color for that handbag, and I made this color for the handbag. So these two are definitely going to become handbags. I'll put that over here. Then I have like just some, these are actually really old. These are from when I first started crocheting granny squares. So I did a different technique. Not like these ones, but these ones, as you can see, like they're a little wonky because these are from my first time crocheting. So I wish I had one more of these like fun colored ones. They're really bright, sorry. I wish I had one more of these, but I don't. So I might combine them with this white and see what I can do there. Probably like the colorful ones on the ends and the white on the bottom. One of these, but I still have the yarn for it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. One of these, different size. I did have a bunch of these. I used majority of them, and I don't know why this end is not sewn in. This probably is not a good one to use. I can make more of these. It's the same yarn that I used for this. These were supposed to go together. These were gonna be the 13 one, the big granny square bag. All of these granny squares that I don't know what I'm gonna do with, but I think these might end up as a bag. Oh, I also have a really small one. This was one of the first big projects I made. This is like a bra top, bralette, something. Not happy with the way that I made it, so I think I'm gonna frog and remake it. Probably not today. This was supposed to be some type of like corset top that I did not finish a long time ago. This was supposed to be some type of like mason free-handed top, again, that I did not finish a long time ago. I'm gonna frog this and use it for something else. When I was getting into knitting, this was one of my first panels, and I think that I did a good job. No drop stitches, you know, some curling, but that's what's gonna happen. Well, this is all tangled together. Another granny square. Yeah, this is another technique I was trying. I don't really like that one. I was trying to make the granny squares with hearts in them. Didn't work out. That stressed me out in a way that I don't even want to experience no more. I want these. This was supposed to be a gift. Honestly, I just didn't finish that. I still have the pink yarn for it, so I might finish it. Honestly, it's just this Snow White. I'm afraid I won't be able to find again in the same size because Joanne is shutting down. What am I gonna do as an artist? This scarf that really just needs the ends sewn. I don't know why I haven't gotten to that, but once I sew these ends, this can be a like medium-sized scarf. It's not long. It's pretty nice though. Something that was also supposed to be, you know, a gift, but I didn't finish it. Another hexagon sweater that needs a few more rows, I think, unless I want to make it a small. This was my first attempt at a shrug. Different stitch technique. Took way longer. While my phone was charging, I finished that durag. It's cute. The original pattern that I was following before I kind of like changed it up a little bit And when I say a little bit, I really mean just a little bit. Like I just changed, I think, the way that I stitched it together. But ultimately, I'm gonna drop below the pattern that I followed, well, the video tutorial that I followed. And originally it said to chain 80. I chained 50 because my hook is significantly bigger than the one that was used in the tutorial. Yeah, 10 millimeter. And I think in the video they used 8, maybe. Significantly bigger, but I might start chaining 60. I don't know. I mean, this is like the proper size for a durag, but I feel like it should be just a little bit longer. I don't know. Maybe it depends on if I'm planning on making it a head wrap or not, but it's cute. I love this pattern. This is peppermint ribbon. And I may never be able to get this pattern again because guess where I got it?
Joanne.
And now we're gonna move on to these granny squares. This will go good with a brown, which I have. I don't want to look in my stash before I move anywhere else. This for all of them. This is ivory and this is Snow White, which you can tell like the slightest difference between. So I prefer Snow White, but ivory looks better with like these greens, and this because it has the slightest tint, the slightest tint of brown. I set a timer for 12 o'clock because I have work at 1, so I need to be ready at 12:30 to get to work at 1. I finished the bag. It is a little stiff because it has not been steamed or like applied with any steam whatsoever. There's also, I hate when this happens, there's also like this little imperfection and it looks like it's dirty, but it's just, you know how yarn has like those little dye patches in them where it bleeds over. But I only got one done. Maybe I shouldn't have started on the green one. Maybe I should have started on the bigger ones. I'm gonna get ready for work. Okay, let me stop. This was the first bag that I was gonna make this style, but I just left the granny squares alone. I don't know why, but I like it. It's the bigger one. I think I want to make an even bigger one, but it's really cute. Then I had these granny squares. I thought I had a third one of these, but I remember doing a project with them and I might have used them. And then I just did this cute little sage one. When it comes to the straps of this bag too, like I really don't care. I can't get them to stack. Oh, here it goes. Okay, so here's a pink one. I love this one. I plan to make like 7 billion more. The only thing that's wrong with them is that like your hair will get stuck in it. But yes, there's a pink one. This was the first one I made. It's still, sorry. This is the first one I made. And you can see a vast difference from this one and the pink one. Case in point, the holes are not nearly as big. I like the way both of them look, but I'd probably go back in and add more rows to the front. This one, so in love with it. So very in love with it. I got about 10 rows done, and this is how it looks. Accidentally on the third row where I did this pink, I chained between the rows. And then I did the red, but then I was like, wait, why does the pink have a chain between it? But then I sat here and I thought back to when I was making the granny stitch beanies. And I realized that when you chain in between, it gives you more, you know, it gives you. So that contributed to why my pieces were so small. But I did the 6.5 for this one. And I really like how it feels. It feels really soft. And there's no ends to sew in on the middle. If you look really closely, I've been carrying the stitch. Alright, that was so hard to do for no reason. Okay, so it's the next morning. And I'm basically done with it. So I was right, it did work up pretty fast. I'm gonna add one more row to this and end on pink. This is what we have to work with. Thank you for watching. Sorry for like the jumping around. I've been a lot of places for this past week. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you worked on and what your favorite part of the video was. And with that being said, peace.